everyone! We are here in the Jurassic room, and welcome to another episode of Dinosaurs of the Week, where all of you guys, the fans, get to pick what is showcased in every week's episode. And like always, I got some great suggestions, and I'll be picking 10 of my favorites to feature in this video. So let's go ahead and check out what dinosaurs made this week's episode. To kick off this week's episode, we've got a suggestion right here from fan of a lot of stuff for the Jurassic World Epic Attack Chompback Baryonyx. And this is a pretty sweet figure. As all of you guys can see, this is the biggest Baryonyx toy that we've gotten from Mattel, which makes it a little special. And it's got a pretty cool sculpt and paint job as well. As all of you guys can see, I love how wide that mouth goes. That's really cool. I'd say probably my only knock on this figure is how short the tail is. It does look a little bit stubby, but if you can look past that, it does look like a really nice figure. Now, when we look at the back of the box, we get another good look at our Baryonyx and how it has multiple activation areas. So we'll go ahead and check that out. So the first thing you can do is click here to get the chomping action, hence the name Chompback Baryonyx. Or you can click here for the 3 levels of intensifying damage. A very cool figure and a great one to open up this week's episode with. Now, the next suggestion we have right here is from Jurassic Fan for the Jurassic World Dino Trackers Hunt and Chomp Tyrannosaurus Rex. And this is an absolutely beautiful figure. As you guys can see, it's got a very similar sculpt. I think it's just retooled from the Extreme Chompin' T-Rex, but I love this colorway with the desert look and the stripes on it. And of course, it comes with tracking gear or capture gear as well, which is super, super sweet. Now, when we look at the back of the box, we get another good look at our T-Rex and its double chomp, and of course tracking gear included. But why don't we go ahead and check out that double chomp, guys. Now, unfortunately, the sound effects are starting not to work from it being a few years old. But a really cool feature right there on an absolutely beautifully painted and sculpted T-Rex. And for those reasons, this is an awesome figure and one that I'm very happy to take a look at. Now, this suggestion right here is from T-Rex Paul Murtano for the Jurassic World Dino Reveal Battle Pack, which is the Proceratosaurus or Proceratops, I think, versus the Alioramus, which is super cool. I love the artwork on the front of the box here, and this is from the second wave of Dino Reveal toys, but this is really cool. So these figures have a little skin or a paint over them, and when you add them into water, it changes what they look like, which is really cool. So you can see attack, discover, heal, which is pretty cool. Now, when we look at the back of the box, you get another good look at our 2 dinosaurs and how you have your little battle arena for them. So unfortunately, this is a closed box, so I can't actually show you guys the dinosaurs inside, but we can still imagine the 2 really cool figures from this absolutely beautiful artwork on the front. But I think the Dino Reveal toys are a very unique and interesting line from Mattel, so I'm happy that we could take a look at one of the battle packs. Now, the next suggestion we have right here is from Maria for any Jurassic World Rebirth T-Rex. So I chose the Power Devour Tyrannosaurus Rex because this is a super sweet figure with an awesome sculpt and a pretty good paint job, as you guys can see. And I just like that really thick neck and sculpt look to the Rebirth T-Rex. It's super, super awesome. Now, when we look at the back of the box, we get another good look at our T-Rex. It's Chomp and Devour and how you can control the attack. Now, mine right here, I think might still have the pull tab in it. Actually, maybe it doesn't. Let's see. No, I think mine right here still has the pull tab in it, so you're not going to be able to see the effects, but normally you'd swirl it around right here, and then you could press right here to get some chomping action with some different features, which was really, really cool. But overall, this Power Devour T-Rex is such an awesome figure and a great big T-Rex toy to go along with the Jurassic World Rebirth toy line, so I'm happy that I could pick it and showcase it for all of you guys. Now we've got a suggestion right here from Pancake for the Jurassic World Dominion Extreme Damage Roaring Allosaurus. And this is such a beautiful figure, if I'm being completely honest, guys. This would be my favorite Mattel Allosaurus toy if the Hammond Collection one did not exist, but I love the sculpting on it. I like how it's bigger too than the smaller Allosaurus toys we've gotten in the past, and the extreme damage features are really cool. Now when we look at the back of the box, we get another good look at our Allosaurus, how you can activate its double damage. So we'll go ahead and check that out, guys. So you can go here to activate part of the damage, and then you can lift up the ribs right here and press on the squishy flesh, which is cool. And then you can patch it right back up just like that, which is pretty sweet. We've also got a button right here that gets some sound effects roaring on this Allosaurus, but mine still has the brand new pull tab in it to keep it completely fresh, so we're not going to hear those sound effects. But overall, this is arguably the best Allosaurus toy that we've gotten, and one that is super sweet to me. Now, this next suggestion right here is from Jurassic Fan for the Jurassic World Dominion Roar Striker Sinoceratops. And this is a pretty cool figure, as all of you guys can see. It's got a great sculpt that I really, really like. There's nothing too crazy about the paint job here. It's just like green plastic with a little bit of yellow paint and, of course, painted horns. But at least they painted most of the horns. I don't know why they didn't paint these ones, but oh well. Now, when we look at the back of the box, we get another good look at our Sinoceratops and how you can press down for it to roar. Now, I'm not sure if the sound effects are going to work that well since the toy is a couple years old now, but we'll go ahead and check it out. We're still getting a little bit of sound effects, guys, but not all the way. Those batteries are quickly dying, but overall, this Sinoceratops is a pretty figure. There's nothing too crazy about it, but I do like the sculpt on it a lot, so I'm happy to take a look at it. Next up, we've got an amazing vintage suggestion right here from Jurassic Abraham for the Lost World Jurassic Park Thrasher T-Rex. And who does not love this figure right here? It is absolutely gorgeous. We've got that rubber real feel skin and just such a realistic look on this Thrasher T-Rex. Now, when we look at the back of the box, we get another good look at our Thrasher T-Rex and a little bit of a nature scene, and of course, advertisements for a lot of the other Lost World Jurassic Park toys. But overall, this is such a classic figure right here. One of the most well-known T-Rex toys for any Jurassic fan, and it has the right of being one of the best T-Rex toys because the sculpt is amazing, the paint job is amazing, the real feel rubber skin, everything about this toy just screams peak Jurassic Park and Jurassic World toys to me, and this is definitely one of the grails from my collection, so I'm very happy that it got it suggested for this week's episode. Now, this next suggestion we have right here is from Samco for the Jurassic World Dilophosaurus from the Hasbro 2015 toy line. And as terrible as this toy line is, this is probably one of the better figures. I don't mind the sculpt on this Dilophosaurus too much, and I love how it comes with this little spray venom right there, which is pretty cool, and it would have sound effects right here normally if this thing still had working batteries. Now, when we look at the back of the box, we get another good look at our Dilophosaurus and its launching venom projectile, which is pretty cool. But normally I think you would just stick it in that little hole in the mouth there, and then you would click down on the tail here to get that Dilophosaurus to shoot that venom and also have some sound effects, which is pretty cool. But overall, even though the Hasbro Jurassic World 2015 toy line is not most people's favorite, I think we can all agree that this Dilophosaurus is not half bad. So for those reasons, I'm still happy to take a look at it on this week's episode. Now we've got a good suggestion right here from HH Far for the Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom Superposable Indoraptor. And honestly, this is a very nice figure. They repackaged this thing 2 more times because of how much people liked it, I guess. I don't know, but the sculpting on this one is pretty nice. The paint job, there's nothing too crazy about it, but again, you don't need a really spectacular paint job for an Indoraptor. Just that nice black glossy paint with the gold stripe going going down will do. But the cool thing about this figure is how much articulation it actually has. A lot of people I've talked to kind of say that they treat this one as the Hammond Collection Indoraptor until the Indoraptor comes out for the Hammond Collection, which makes sense because of all of the posability. Now when we look at the back of the box, we get a better look at our Indoraptor, and again, it's movie authentic posability, which is really cool. So overall, this is a very nice Indoraptor toy and one that you can have so many uses for. So for those reasons, I'm happy to have not just this version, but every version of it in my collection. And now the final suggestion for this week's episode is coming from LA Goji for the Jurassic World Chomping Tyrannosaurus Rex, again from Hasbro 2015. And honestly, I know some people may be nostalgic about this thing, but that is about as ugly as a dinosaur toy could ever get. But again, it's so ugly that I kind of love it, if that makes any sort of sense. I mean, the sculpting on this thing is horrendous. It's got bullet holes, screw holes on the other side, but I mean, it's just crazy. But we do have a little bit of a chomping feature, which we can actually use for some fun, I guess. I don't know. Now when we look at the back of the box, we get another good look at our T-Rex. And of course, I've got a hole in the box on this one. I was able to get it for really cheap. And then of course, when it got shipped to me, there ended up being a hole in the box, which is crazy. So then they refunded some of the money, and I actually ended up paying like $10 for this thing. So I guess you can't really argue with $10, but overall, even though this is a pretty ugly figure, it's still a fun one to take a look at, and it's a part of the Jurassic World toy history. Thank you for tuning in to another episode of Dinosaurs of the Week. Like I say in every single episode, if you are not featured in this week's episode and would like a chance to be featured in next week's episode, then be sure to let me know down in the comments below. Want to see more awesome Jurassic content? Then hit that subscribe button and turn on post notifications so that you don't miss any of my content. Also, check me out on Instagram and join my Discord server for so much more Jurassic fun. The links to everything will be in the description below. Check out more awesome Jurassic videos here.